Now, they're the hard-working insects that play a vital part in our planet's ecosystem. But according to experts, Britain's bees could be in serious danger.
Yeah, we've been hearing this for a while, haven't we? However, there is a new threat. For the first time, Asian hornets, who can eat up to 50 bees a day, have survived the winter here in the UK, which obviously now poses a deadly threat to our hives.
Following the news, we're joined by expert beekeeper Peter Higgs to find out more. Good morning, Peter.
Good morning, Kat and Ben. Nice to have you here at the apiary.
Well, nice to see you.
What have you got in your hand? It looks like you're holding something gently in your hand. Is that one of our bees?
Yeah, I'm prepped and ready to show you the identification of what our European hornets look like. Yep.
OK, so before we come on to that, let's talk a little bit about...
if I could just start with that.
Yeah.
OK. Go on.
OK, so talk us through, before we see what these Asian hornets or the European ones look like, the reality of them surviving the winter for the first time, because we've been hearing about threats to the bee population over here for a number of years now, but actually this is really serious, isn't it?
It is very, very serious, yes. The Asian hornets have been here for a few years now, and every year there's more and more sightings and more nests in the UK. It's predominantly southern UK at the moment, sort of areas of Kent and sort of around Dover, Essex, and down in Devon as well. So we're on that sort of channel area there. So, and they're coming across, we believe, sort of via strong winds. They're coming across via shipping containers, in crates and things like that. So they are surviving the winters by hiding in holes in trees, roofs and places like that.
And is it because the winter's been quite mild? Is that the problem?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to help the hornets. They're no different, really, from our European hornets, so they're able to survive winters as well. So the only difference, really, between the Asian hornet and our European hornets is that the Asian hornets predate on honeybees.
Yeah, OK, so... let's have a look at the difference then. I think you've got some that we can have a look at, Peter. OK, so these here, just to show you, are the European hornets. They look very, very similar to a wasp, and they're just a lot larger. They're sort of like 5 times the size of a normal wasp you would see. And then in my hand here as well, you can see a honeybee, just to show you the size example there. The little sort of brown and orange honeybee there. So, and that is the size difference. I haven't actually got any Asian hornets here to show you, but we have got a page on our savebees.co.uk webpage so that people can see sort of the identification differences there. And so that's the European hornet and our honeybees. But the Asian hornets, they're evil blighters, aren't they, Peter? I'm trying to be polite.
They are.
Yes, they are. They certainly are. And they will defend a nest just like our hornets will. To humans, they're no different in terms of risk. You know, if you do come across what you think is an Asian hornet nest, a beekeeper, local pest controller, or the National Bee Unit will know. I've actually got a hornet's nest here to show you. So this will look very similar to the Asian hornet's nest. As you can see, you've got the papery outside, and you've got the combs in the middle here. So this is what sort of the nest will look like, and these will be hidden in voids in buildings and trees and places like that. So if you do see one of these, definitely don't go up to it. They can be very dangerous. The stings are a lot worse than a wasp sting, and they can sting multiple times. So they are very bad news.
And Asian hornets can actually eat up to 50 bees a day. So this is incredibly important because, obviously, our bees are absolutely vital to our ecosystem.
They are. Honeybees are vital. They're really important for our pollination. That's worldwide, so every country needs to do their bit to support bees. And without them, we would really struggle as humans. So it is absolutely vital to do everything we can to look after bees. A big problem closer to home as well, which is actually a lot more widespread, especially in the UK at the moment, is the misidentification between honeybees and wasps. And when people get honeybee problems in buildings, unfortunately, they are sprayed. Obviously, a beekeeper would normally know the identification differences. They are very similar in shape. When they're going up into your building, honeybees will create this, which is like honeycomb in a void space, and they will live on that for many, many years if it's a healthy colony. And what we don't want to do is assume a honeybee colony is a wasp nest in a building void, because if the honeycombs are sprayed and the bees die, other local feral bees or beekeepered bees come into the dead colony, they rob the honeycomb out of the combs, they fly it back to beekeepered hives, that then gets in the human food chain, or the wild bees eat it, and the beekeepered bees, and that will wipe those bees out, and that snowballs an effect. So it's really important, if you have honeybees in a void space, that you don't spray them. If you go to savebees.co.uk, there's a page there to request an expert in live bee removal. The bees behind me all have come out of chimneys in big buildings. We take all the combs out, we take the bees into an artificial hive on site, and we relocate them here into the apiary, and then we seal the building up so no more bees can get back in. That's also a serious threat. The Asian hornet is becoming another threat for the bees to deal with.
And Peter, is there any chance that our honeybees can evolve to kind of fight off the Asian hornets themselves, or is it going to be down to us to kind of help out the situation? So,
as beekeepers and people that love bees, we can all do our bit to support them in many, many ways. Bees and wildlife. Wildlife and nature, as we all know, is amazing. It adapts, it changes with the times. In other countries, bees have evolved to swarm a scout hornet that enters a beehive, and actually they heat that hornet up so hot that it actually kills a hornet. If that scout hornet is not able to go back and tell the rest of the hornet nest where all of this honeybee colonies are and all of the brood and everything else, then the hornets won't come and attack the actual colonies. But I'm not sure at the moment our UK bees are up to scratch with that type of behaviour. I'm sure they'll learn how to do it as it becomes more widespread.
You need to set up a bee training school. You need to start training them up. We need them to fight back.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you've got my number, so if you need any more information about bees at any time, I'd be happy to help in any way we can.
You're our man, Peter. Thank you very much.
Absolutely fascinating. Thank you.
Really fascinating.
And we'll put all the details that Peter was talking about the website on the app, because if you do see them, or you can find a way of helping to protect them,
of
as
course.
he was explaining, it's absolutely vital to the ecosystem.
Yeah, absolutely.